So, and of course, this is an emotionally charged issue for all of us, but children face the most emotions. So, one question we want to talk about was what kind of emotions do children endure or have to process during parental alienation?
Okay. So during the initial split of the family, there's a whole slew of emotions: fear, loss, and anger, and frustration. Some of those emotions are also self directed. Maybe they think that they played a part in the splitting of the family. It obviously this does depend on how old the child is. You know, the children at a younger age are going to fear more for their safety. Children at a teenage level are going to start to look for someone to blame. It really does depend on their age, of course, but some of the common emotions that we can observe in alienated children are namely fear, anger, and grief. I would start with those three, and then you can start to expand upon that and see what are those emotions spiraling into as far as behaviors go. So, with fear, one of the big things that you're going to see is there's a fear of safety, a fear of rejection, a fear of being not good enough, fear, and all these fears are compounding into emotionally charged responses. So when a parent starts to question the behavior of the alienated child, then they're masking all this fear with anger. You know, they're projecting out these angers. Oh, you never treat me good enough. You don't love me. You're only my egg donor. You're only my sperm donor. They're gonna throw out all these nonsensical statements at you to provoke you because they're trying to convey that they're terrified. They're terrified of being of the narrative that that you as the erased parent don't care about them. They're terrified that the only stability in life they can hold on to is in control of the alienating parent, and they're terrified that if they engage into a relationship with you, it will bring back the instability from the initial split up.
And would they be afraid that they would lose that alienating parent's love?
Oh, absolutely. And they're terrified of losing that as well. The thing is, part of the narrative that they've been spoon fed over and over again is that the erased parent doesn't care, that the erased parent is, in a sense, completely independent of their relationship with the alienated child. Now, we know that's not true. We know that the erased parent wants everything they can to watch this child grow. But the thing is, like we said in the beginning of this episode, repetition is one of the most powerful forms of brainwashing. And they will not be able to see that truth until they hear it and feel it and see it over and over and over again. They need to to be told that several times to challenge the truth that has been, in a sense, etched in stone in their brain. So, and that is why they're so scared, they're so afraid, and the only way they can protect themselves is by being angry. You know, it's a if you think about it, anger is a very emotionally and energetically draining uh, emotion. It's something you have to put a lot of energy to. You have to, in a sense, throw all the guck at somebody, and you're trying to intimidate that other person to leave you alone, to go away, and to not be around you.
Intimidating the erased parent.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, what happens when that intimidation doesn't work? Well, it while it does depend on the erased parent and how they're reacting, but what ends up happening is either they will turn up the anger, turn up the frustration, turn up the intensity of that emotion until they reach a breaking point within themselves where they can't take it no more. So, in this instance, you got your alienated child throwing more and more fire at you. If you show that you're fireproof and you're stoic and you're just letting them speak their emotions, then they're going to realize that the anger doesn't work on you. And then either they will break down those defenses into a sense of grief and loss and be a bit more open and intimate with you, or they will, in a sense, kind of retreat away because they don't want you to see that they're so broken on the inside. It really does depend on how close a relationship you have with a child, but beyond the anger is fear, and beyond the fear is loss.